Today we're going to be looking at decimals as a whole. To start with, I've got a little bit of a mental starter for you. Work your way through the 4 questions. There's also an extra time question over there, so pause the clip when you're ready and have a go. Here are the answers. Right, today we're going to be looking at making a whole from tenths and hundredths. We've done quite a lot of work on tenths and hundredths. This is consolidating, it's bringing it all back together. So here we've got our bar model. We've got one whole down at the bottom, and I've got 0.4 on the top here. I need to work out the decimal that's missing. Now I know that 0.4 is worth 4 tenths, and one whole's worth 10 tenths. So how many tenths do I need to fill in my gap? I need 6 tenths, and I'd write that as 0.6. Here's my next bar model. I've got one whole down the bottom, 0.75. That would be 75 hundredths. I need 100 hundredths to make one whole. So how many more do I need from 75 hundredths to make 100 hundredths? I'd need 25 hundredths. Now that's it written as a fraction. To write it as a decimal, 0.25, 25 hundredths. And my last one down the bottom, one whole, 0.59, 59 hundredths. How many more do I need to make 100 hundredths? I need 0.41, 41 hundredths. Same thing. You have a go at this point, pause when you're ready and have a go at completing them. One whole, 0.3, 3 tenths, so I need 7 tenths, 0.7. One whole on the bottom, 0.55, that's 55 hundredths. How many more hundredths do I need to make 100 hundredths? I'd need 0.45, 45 hundredths. And finally down the bottom, one whole, 72 hundredths, 0.72. I need to make 100 hundredths, so I'd need 0.28, 28 hundredths. Okay, pause, have a go at the next calculations in your book, and when you're ready, check and have a look whether you got it right. 0.1 would need 0.9. 0.65 would need 0.35. And 0.31 would need 0.69. Write statements to describe the 100 square. First of all, what's the value of 1 square? Each square is worth 1/100th. So if I have a look, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 43 hundredths in yellow, which means I must have 7 and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 57 hundredths here. So what I could write is a number sentence which says 43 hundredths add 57 hundredths equals 100 hundredths, which is the same as 1 whole. You could also have written it as a decimal if you wanted to. 0.43 add 0.57 equals 1 whole. Remember, we don't need to put a decimal point and zeros because they have no value after the decimal point there. There's no other digit there. Same thing, have a little go yourself. We've got 3 rows, 30 hundredths or 3 tenths, add 70 hundredths, or 7 tenths equals 1 whole. So we could write it as a number sentence like this. 0.3 add 0.7 equals 1 whole. Or I could have written it as a fraction, 3 tenths add 7 tenths equals 1 whole. Remember, 3 tenths is the same as 30 hundredths, they are equivalent fractions. Here's one for you to have a go at by yourself. See if you can write it first of all as a number sentence with fractions and addition, and then an extra challenge, can you write it as a decimal? So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 51 hundredths. Add, I know I've got 9 here, I know I've got 4, 40, add 49 over 100, equals 1 whole, 100 over 100, or you could have written it as a decimal, 0.51, add 0.49, equals 1 whole. Same thing, but you haven't got the whole picture. Each cube is worth 100. How many more cubes do you need to make a whole? So count how many I've got. I know I've got 10, 20, 30, 33 hundredths. How many more do I need to make one whole? So I need to count on until I get to 100. I'm going to need 7 in the ones, and I'm going to need 60. 67 equals 1 whole, 100 hundredths. Pause the tape, have a go. How many more hundredths do you need to make a whole? 10, 20, 29, I've got 29 hundredths. And I need to make 100 hundredths to make a whole. So I'd need to add on 1 and then 70. 71 over 100. You could have written it as a decimal, 0.29, add 0.71 equals 1 whole. Okay, have a go, pause the tape and then check my answer. 10, 17, I've got 0.17 or 17 hundredths, and in order to make a whole, I'm going to need to add 3, and I'm going to need to add 80, equals 1 whole. Finally, for those of you that want a little bit more of a challenge, what numbers could go in the missing tenths, hundredths column? So I've got 3 tenths and 6 tenths, how many hundredths? Now this is where your number bonds comes in. In order to make one whole, if we think of the value of number bonds to 100, what add what equals 100, my number bonds to 10 come in handy here. So for example, if I was to place a 1 here, I know that, and 9 has got to go here, because 9 add 1 is 10, and so that would take me to the total of 1. Pause the tape, have a go and see how many different solutions you can find. And those are your solutions down here. Right, you're now ready to have a go at the task. Don't forget to mark it, the answers are at the bottom of the sheet, and have a go at completing the reflection shape once you've completed the